back to headlines now. Now, is the pressure to perform mounting, or is disciplining being confused with insensitivity? Well, with mounting pressure on students, there has been an alarming increase in the number of suicides that have been reported. And in the latest incident, an 8th standard student who was scolded by her teacher for copying during an exam at a government school in Pulianthope committed suicide at her house on Wednesday. Now, allegedly, 13-year-old Tenmudi was then made to kneel down in front of her class. Tenmudi returned home and hanged herself from the ceiling fan at her residence the next day. Now, the relatives, however, have been crying foul. They staged a protest in front of the corporation school this morning. The girl's body has been handed over back to the parents after the autopsy.
இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு குழந்தைகளை பறி கொடுத்துக்க நாங்க சேர்க்கிறோம் 10 நாள் அம்மா போட்டுக்கிறனால ஸ்கூல் லீவுக்கு பேரண்ட்ஸ்ல போய் சொல்லிட்டு வந்து ஓகே நாங்க மறுநாள் குழந்தை 3 தண்ணி ஊத்தி ஸ்கூலுக்கு அனுப்பிச்ச பேரு எதுக்கு அந்த புள்ளைய திட்டணும் எதுக்கு தலைமலை கொட்டணும் முட்டுப்படி எதுக்கு வைக்கணும் ஜென்ஸ் புள்ளைங்களுக்கெல்லாம் ஒரு அவமானம் தானே லேடிஸ் புள்ளைங்களுக்கு ஒரு அவமானம் தான் இது எல்லாமே ஸ்கூல்ல படிக்கிற புள்ளைங்களுக்கு இதோ ரெண்டாவது புள்ளை இந்த மாதிரி ஆயிருக்குது இனி அந்த ஸ்கூல்ல நாங்க சேர்க்க மாட்டோம் எந்த புள்ளையும் நாங்க நிக்க வச்சிரோம் ஸ்கூலுக்கு நாங்க அனுப்ப மாட்டோம் அம்மா அந்த ஸ்கூல்ல எங்களுக்கு தேவையில்லை இந்த தெளிவு அந்த புள்ளைய அந்த புள்ளை இந்த ஸ்கூல் வேண்டாம்.
And well, this is what the commissioner had to say about the alleged involvement and the role of the teacher in this one case.
This incident exposes certain, realities. So I feel lecturers should be a little more sensitive in handling. I'm not saying that all of them are insensitive. Most of them are very sensitive. I know it's a very tough job handling the younger generation. But here and there, I think there could be it needs a little more sensitive handling. And I think this is nothing new. I think these things keep happening from time to time, such incidents. So I think these incidents should be an eye-opener and a lesson to the teaching staff in general, that they need to be a little more sensitive in the future.
Well, Chennai is on the fast track as far as industrialization is concerned. Now, here is one more company that is joining the bandwagon. That's Apollo Tyres. They have, again, forayed into Chennai, the tyre manufacturing facility inaugurated by Deputy Chief Minister M.K. Stalin. Now, this next-generation plant is the latest addition to Chennai's industrial landscape. Now, speaking on the inauguration, Stalin described Chennai as a global automotive hub. Now, terming Chennai as one of the most preferred destinations for auto majors, he claimed that the incoming investments would put Chennai on the global map.
Chennai is emerging as a leader, not only in automobile and component manufacturing. Tamil Nadu has a well-diversified economy with strong tradition in manufacturing. The proactive policies of the government, infrastructural facilities, and availability of skilled manpower have all contributed towards making Tamil Nadu the most preferred investment destination in the country today. The automobile industry in Tamil Nadu is now climbing up in value chain. Chennai is emerging as a leader, not only in automobile and component manufacturing, but also in vehicle design and related research and development.
Well, Stalin also announced that there are several mega-budget projects that are coming up in the city. One such is a state-of-the-art automobile facility called Natri, with investment of nearly 500 crore rupees. Now, this facility is expected to be operational in September this year and will be the most advanced vehicle testing and R&D facility in the country that will meet global standards. In some national news now, the government has ordered a probe into the ISRO's controversial deal selling a spectrum for a pittance to a foreign firm. But it seems the members of the panel have a conflict of interests. Now, probe panel member, former Cabinet Secretary B.K. Chaturvedi was the Cabinet Secretary and therefore part of the decision-making on the controversial deal in 2005. Another member, Rodam Narasimha, has been another member of the Space Commission for a long time. This was the body that looked at the controversial spectrum deal with Devas. But government sources had a curious explanation. They claimed that while they do understand that there is a conflict of interest, they were hard-pressed to pick experts for the job as very few people understand the subject. Well, in other national developments, a court in Chhattisgarh has rejected the bail application of Dr. Binayak Sen. He was sentenced to life in prison in December after he was convicted of sedition on the basis of his alleged links to Naxals in the area. Now, Binayak Sen's wife expressed her disappointment and said that they will fight it out and will file a petition in the Supreme Court. Now, the verdict has outraged civil liberty activists both in the country and overseas. And here's a shocking incident being reported from Bihar. A drunk CRPF Jawan shot dead a national-level female kabaddi player after she refused to share her mobile number. Now, 21-year-old Manisha, who played for Railways, was on her way back home from stadium after practice when CRPF Jawan Jaswant Singh chased her, and then there was an argument as she refused to share her mobile number. The CRPF Jawan then shot her several times using an AK-47 before shooting himself as well. Now, while the young girl died on the spot, the CRPF Jawan is in hospital in critical condition. A murder case has been lodged against the Jawan.
पूरी घटना के बारे में जो प्लेस ऑफ ऑकरेंस है वहाँ न हम लोग कोई नहीं थे। स्टेडियम से प्रैक्टिस नेशनल गेम्स जो 12 फरवरी से रांची में होने जा रहा है, बिहार की महिला टीम क्वालिफाइंग है। 1 to 8 की टीम पार्टिसिपेट करती है। बिहार टीम का कैंप चल रहा था। कैंप के बाद ये लोग निकली है अपने घर की ओर, और ये जो मैकडोल गोलंबर के आसपास ये घटना घटी है जैसा कि सूचना मिला है, और वहीं पर सीआरपीएफ के जवान ने ये काम किया है।
Well, speaking of action from Dalal Street, we witnessed again a very volatile day of trade with the markets swinging widely between the day's highs and the day's lows. Let's take a quick look at stocks and again major movers and shakers in the markets today.
It was another weak day of trade for the Dalal Street. The markets continue to lose out in today's session as well. The Nifty made an intraday low of 51.96, though bounced back and shut shop at 50-25, down by 30 odd points. While the Sensex also closed below that 17,500 mark. Breadth of the market was once again weak. The broader markets once again actually underperformed the benchmark indices, with the BSE small cap index down about 1% in today's session. In terms of the mid cap space, that saw quite a heavy sell-off as well. Sectorally, real estate and IT stocks witnessed quite a heavy sell-off. KPIT Cummins was down about 5% Tata Mahindra, Mastek and Mahindra Satyam were the top losers coming from the mid-cap IT pack, which came under quite a bit of selling pressure today. Real estate, the crack continues to deepen for this sector. Parasavnath lost about 15.5% in trade. Anant Raj Industries, Unitech, Orbit Corp were the top losers coming in from the realty pack. Counters like Unitech have lost at about 60% in the last few weeks of trade. Well, another space that's been in focus over recently with the 2G scam has been the telecom sector. Remember on those recommendations coming in from the TRAI on pricing. Telecom stocks sold off today as well. Tatacom was down 9%. Bharti lost at about 3% in trade, and NTT Cellular was also off about 2%. Well, but there were a couple of sectors which actually managed to see some gains, limiting the losses coming in from the broader markets. There was a short covering led rally in the real auto space. TVS Motors, which was a top loser yesterday, recovered about 6%. Ashok Leyland gained 6%. Tata Motors and Hero Honda also saw marginal gains coming through in trade today after witnessing quite a heavy sell-off in yesterday's session. Well, ADAG stocks once again in focus. Remember, most of these counters sold off very dramatically in trade yesterday. Well, Anil Dhirubhai Ambani coming on and clearing the air, clearly stating that the rumors doing the rounds are actually baseless and could have been spread by corporate rivals. On back of that, there was a bounce back on Reliance Infra, which recovered 10% after losing about 20% yesterday. Reliance Media Works gained 5% Arcom and Reliance Capital also saw marginal gains coming through in trade today. So those are the markets. Global cues once again will be important, but of course 5200 once again continues to remain an important level of support coming in for the Nifty.
Moving ahead, in a daring attempt, Collywood rolls out a Payanam based on the infamous flight IC-814. We get you an exclusive interview with the director Radha Mohan on the other side.